Hello, welcome back to Ben Sushi Live Coding. In this episode, I'm gonna try to explore a little bit more of the grease pencil using Sverchok. That we know that we already have like grease pencil nodes, and that's gonna help us a lot when we're using grease pencil and also working in Blender in 3D. Normally, they're two like kind of separate kind of process where grease pencil can be more expressive and working if you're using nodes and procedurally or sometimes even manually using like polygons. Those kind of act of extruding polygon etc is sometimes feel a little bit less natural. Sculpting is probably more natural, but grease pencil, like the act of drawing digitally using hands, is actually very expressive, and I want to combine that into 3D somehow. So there are two things I'm looking at. This is like they call it cross-hatching in they often use it in Japanese manga. They buy this kind of pattern and then they use it um, to give all kind of interesting shadings for the manga drawing. So instead of having just outline, they use this to really adds like a really nice shadings, added characters and texture into drawings. So this is kind of thing that I want to try to make using grease pencil. The second one will be more 3D. They call it like a wicker or webbing. This is also something that I want to try to do in Blender at some point using grease pencil, of course, grease pencil in 3D. So I'm gonna close this and switch to Blender. I have this setup actually using grease pencil and polygon adaptive in Sverchok. Currently it's just a single, kind of like a single crosshatch or some kind of webbing. Yeah, I kind of find this quite interesting result. So it's like a combination of hand drawn, like just drawing it using grease pencil and then combine it into 3D. So that's the idea. So let's start from scratch and file save as Sverchok cross hatching webbing. Start from the very basic first. I will probably just work in just a one dimension like this. Switch to Sverchok node 3, new. First of all, we need to generate some kind of crosshatch pattern, and we're gonna use grease pencil, of course. So let's draw something. So I'm just gonna use my mouse and draw like a couple of pattern. Actually, that it doesn't need to be very detailed. So that's the first grease pencil drawing in one layer, and I will create another layer and draw another some kind of hand-drawn crosshatch. We actually can have like a multiple of this unlimited crosshatch pattern, and I'll do like a kind of diagonal. You can even go a little bit messier. Gonna do it in a couple of layers. You will see later why I'm doing it in multiple layers. As you already know, with grease pencil we can have multiple frames per layer, so I'm just using a single frame. Okay, let's observe this data. 4 different layers of crosshatch that we already made, but we're gonna use Sverchok. So object ID selector is the node we want to use. So with this guy we can access all kind of data blocks including grease pencil. Now we already know we can easily do this. Now this is the reason why I'm drawing it in 4 different layers, so that we can easily access the data for each layer. So that's the first one, right? And then that's the second one, the third one, and the fourth layer. And there you are seeing only the dots, but if you use the UV connection, I believe you should be able to see the edges as well. So there you go, first one and second, third one, and the fourth, kind of crosshatch. Okay, now if we want to use all of them at the same time, how are we going to do that? There are many different ways, but I think list item is the one that we can use, providing that we are combining all this data. So we have 4 of them. We want to join them into one. Use list join. So I'm just gonna do it like this. So this is first layer, second, third, and fourth. We have 4 data. Plug all of them into list join node. I believe we need to join it into level 2, and the data goes into list item. This one goes into there, and now hopefully we can control which data to display. So this one obviously displaying all of the data. Maybe our join is a little bit wrong. So this is the tricky bit there. Where I think we need to use wrap or mix, one of these. I think this is the right one. So I think this is the right one, but first one seems a little bit strange. So we have three, four. So first one should be just straight lines, but we are getting this. GP layer 1, 2, 3. I'm checking all this data. Let me check before the UV connections. I'm just checking the dots now. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe level 0 doesn't work. Yeah, I think this is the most correct result, that we have 4 data, but I don't know why we are getting like extra line. Oh well, we're just gonna use it like this. Have to investigate. So I just wanna like the diagonal, this horizontal lines. But anyway, we have 4 different data here that we can work with, and we can randomize it. So imagine if we have like a grid. I'll create a grid using plane, and use this as the matrix, and make like 10 by. So currently Looks like I might actually do this the wrong way. So the feed directions kind of right. Maybe I need to combine the data before I plug it into the UV connections. Oh, actually, I know why this is. We need to use the mesh join in here. There you go. That's slightly better. So we have 100 matrix of the grid, and we want to randomize this cross hatching. So that's the idea. That's actually very easy because we have this list join and list item thing. We can simply randomize the item. So if we use the random number generator and tell it to generate numbers between 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, so 0, 1, 2, 3, that we have 4 items, and make 100 random numbers, plug that into this item, and we should get a result where the cross hatching should be happening for each matrix. So we have these randomizations. So there you go, 100s. We end up with a 700 data. So this is, I might have done something wrong here with the crosshatch. Supposedly I'm getting like one crosshatch per item. Yeah, maybe I did something wrong here. So before I go with a really big number, I'll go switch back to 2 by 2. We have only 4 variations we need to do. Switch the level to 1. Maybe we need to use mix. Interesting. I'll check. I'll save this real quick. Crosshatch webbing. Maybe I'll open my scatter shapes here. So with this guy, I know I'm doing the same thing. So this is, for this one I only have like 2 grease pencil, and okay, I'm actually list join the cross hatch, and then list join it again here, join level 1, and list item. I think this is actually more correct way to do it. Okay, let's go back. So I'll disconnect this guy, and instead of mesh joining here, I'll use a list join over here. And combine all of them. And get the final result here. Okay, that's actually it's looking promising. So we have a better cross hatching. Although you can see the cross hatch is now combined into a single cross hatch. That's a maybe limitation with the setup. Maybe I need to make some changes here. Let's try 6 by 6. So we have 36. So yeah, actually this works pretty well, except that the crosshatch is now combined into a single like line shapes, but that's all right. This is looking like a more natural already because we are combining like computer ways of organizations and structuring with a hand drawn. So yeah, okay, so that's we have this thing pretty cool, and we can actually use this for with polygon adaptive. Before I go to polygon adaptive, I might want to try to turn this into 3D. If I bake this, I'm gonna end up with 36 objects. But if I combine them somehow, let me test with a polyline. Actually, we can combine all of them into a single object, and then using these vertices and the matrices, like so. So yeah, this actually works really well with a polyline. Single objects, multiple grease pencil lines. This guy, we have this connecting lines. I wish I can just cut them. This is not too bad. But there is another way we can use this grease pencil cross hatching. If we perhaps use polygon adaptive. So there is this node called adaptive polygons, and with this guy we can really use, for example, this is the R is the recipient and D is the donor. I'm not sure if we can use a multiple donor and make a variety of it. Let's see. Let's use a box for now, and then this is gonna be the recipient. And let's use a viewer draw. We don't have the donor yet. The donor can come from our grease pencil. Let me try just plug this guy in. So we have 36 of these, and now they're, you see what's going on? We are kind of replacing every face of the box here with a hand-drawn crosshatch. I'm not quite sure if the crosshatch is actually randomized for each one of them. I think it actually does. So adaptive polygon actually takes multiple inputs. We have 36 coming in. Maybe I can increase it, like make like 100 and update it. And now the box, each face of the box, how many faces do we have? With 3 by 3 by 3. We have a couple, but it's just this one way you can kind of use the adaptive polygons with a crosshatch of grease pencil, and you can actually bake it out. There's like a red color error there. Maybe we have too many data coming in. I'll reduce this number into 10. So now it's working again, and this one seems to be happy with it. Maybe we need to count the number of polygon face. And use stethoscope. So we have 96. Okay, 96 here. So we got make a 96 data. Adaptive polygon seems to be happy with it. Okay, so now we have like a cross hatching, and each one of them for each polygon face is slightly different. And now that we have all this, we can combine it into a single object, mesh join, and once we join them, we can actually use polyline viewer. Give it a different name. Okay, there we go. That's like a real object now. There you go. It's still like a kind of experimental, but I think it's very cool effects. And yeah, that's very natural as well. Maybe okay, the crosshatch has some kind of extra lines, but that's okay. We can probably fix that another, like I don't know, using this spline, or instead of combining everything into a single, maybe we can keep it as multi. So we don't need to combine with mesh join, just plug in the vertices into this guy. And yeah, this is cleaner. Okay, so that's a quick live noding, just an idea where we can combine the grease pencil strokes with 3D and to get this kind of more natural models. I don't know, maybe yeah, it can be useful for you at some point. Definitely we can improve this cross hatching. For now, I guess this is pretty much it. If you have any feedback, suggestion, just let me know in the comment section below. And thanks again for watching. I'll see you in the next video.